Hello, everybody. We're a bit early, Andrew.
Yeah.
And we are already on Facebook. So we welcome everybody to come in and for this discussion about Asian wisdom for solving the current problem.
Yes. Greeting to those who are already online. We will give some more time for others to join in.
Yeah. How was your dinner?
Yeah, I just have a good dinner and getting ready for the partial opening out of MCO 4th of May.
Yeah. What do you feel about the partial opening?
Well, it can be quite a difficult decision because if this pandemic drag on for a long time, it is also not possible to have a complete MCO throughout.
It's really not easy, isn't it?
Yeah, so I hope with the partial opening out, the concerned authority will do more monitoring.
Yeah.
And take the necessary action if things slightly get out of control.
Yeah, especially everybody, hopefully everybody will do their part. Keep the social distancing and do not go to places with many people. Yeah.
Meaning that we need to exercise our own discipline. Not go and interact and go out often unnecessarily.
Yeah. I think if possible, everybody please strengthen your own immune system.
Yes, yes. Yeah. This is something we hope to have some time to discuss later.
Yeah, yeah. Come to the end, it's only ourselves, our own body, who can defend ourselves the best.
Yes, right? I agree with that, yes.
Yeah. Even with masks on and anything that is supposed to protect us, or the hospital, the doctor, or the very responsible doctor, we still better protect ourselves and our family with a stronger defense system within ourselves.
Yeah. Well, it is also applicable in the other circumstances that no number of specialists can help you. Even people like Steve Jobs, such a powerful and rich person, he also succumbed to cancer.
Yes.
So it is we ourselves is the best person to take care of ourselves.
True.
Yeah.
So after this, more than a month, right? The MCO.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I myself is very used to staying home.
Yeah. Especially you are in a mission to help people to gain more knowledge. So this is the best time to acquire knowledge.
Yes. Also learning a lot from other people during this period. I think it's a very good thing that we can quiet down, sit down, and maybe rethink, reflect on our situation, ourselves, our thinking, which last time when we don't have this MCO, we're just rushing here and there, rushing on everything.
No time to think, right?
Yeah, not much time to think because things are coming up, and we really don't have much time to organize things, you see.
Yeah.
It's very important that we organize whatever we have on hand instead of, it's like when there's a fire starting here, we just run to this side, and if there's another fire, we run to the other side. We used to do that.
Yeah. So I would say this MCO period is a challenge to people. If I divide people into two types of personality, one is a more inward type, one is more outward type. But it's a challenge for people who are outward because the energy is all the time radiating outward. So the MCO period is a torture to them because they cannot radiate the energy outward.
Yes.
So they suffer quite badly. But it's okay for those who are more inward type. They are more reflective. They like to have some time to themselves. So this kind of people, they are okay.
Yeah. So it also depends on your personality, correct?
Sorry again?
It also depends on person's personality.
Yes, but at the same time, the personality should not be fixed, meaning that, oh, I'm like that. Meaning that you need to be flexible to modify your own personality.
Yes, yes.
So for those who are outward type of people, although they find MCO period is difficult, but this is a great opportunity for them to learn to preserve the energy instead of keep radiating out the energy. So it's really an opportunity for them to practice.
Yes, yes.
Ah.
Sometimes just sitting still and focus on your breathing becomes so difficult when things are in a rush, right?
Yeah, yeah, all right. And in fact, too much outward energy flow drain off our energy.
Yes.
And this way, sickness arises.
Yes, yes.
Don't know how to preserve it.
Yeah, all these things come together. When you are not well bodily, and your wealth and your business or your job will start to go downhill.
Yeah. This is where tonight I also introduce this ancient wisdom concept called yin and yang. Yang is for outward energy movement.
Yeah.
All right. And yin is for preservation inward. So for those who are excessive in outward, they like to have big idea, have a lot of action.
Yeah.
And they drain off a lot of energy, which is at the expense of yin. Or not balanced. There are too much yang and not enough yin.
Yeah, yeah.
But for those who are excessively inward, they keep reflecting, but they take no action, then there is another extreme. All right.
So I think
this is where the balancing comes in. We are very, very fast by moving into the concept of the ancient wisdom. It's all about balancing.
Yeah.
Balancing our personality in terms of yin and yang.
I think a lot of people can relate to this. If you sit down and think, sometimes you don't know why you are so rushed, why you need to move step far. Yeah.
Yeah, but because they have been used to that, so their mind is non-stop thinking of doing more, achieving more. As a result, they drain off their energy or they drain off the yin, and that's where the sickness arise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important. So how long have you been studying this 黄帝内经?
This ancient wisdom in English is called Yellow Emperor Inner Classic. I've been studying for more than 3 years. And I've gone through a few hundred books, English and Mandarin, for the video. And just find that it is fascinating because the theory they proposed 3,000 years ago, the theory can be applied until today, to the future.
Yeah. Wisdom is wisdom, right?
Explain also sickness and also performance issue. It's something very interesting about it.
Yeah. It is really like, see how you apply the wisdom. If you can apply it and you can use it in life, it is going to help you.
Yes, and this is where tonight our discussion will be. How we apply this concept in our today challenge, which is pandemic worldwide. This pandemic is affecting every person, every corner of the world. So hopefully we have fruitful discussion how we can apply this concept so that we have a better idea, clearer direction.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 9:03 now. If you want, we can start the formal discussion on on the topic today.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
everybody, welcome, welcome everybody to join us. We are very happy to have you on board when we are sharing this discussion on Asian wisdom, on helping our situation now. We are now in a world pandemic period, which is involving our bodily health and the economic situation. So Andrew Wong is a teacher on 黄帝内经. He's going to share with us how to apply this wisdom to our daily life, to our future, to the problem that we are facing now. Okay, welcome, welcome Andrew.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rosa, for the introduction. Let me just show one slide to keep us in focus.
Okay.
What we are going to discuss tonight.
Mm.
And the slide basically say that how we use the ancient wisdom to face the current world pandemic challenges. So
Yeah.
indeed, there are many challenges that is that we are facing. Mm. And if I take out the slide and so that I can talk directly with you, we can say that there are three types of challenges faced by three types of people, and it can be a combination of these three for some people.
Yeah.
First of all, this pandemic is already spreading over the world. And the first group of people that they need to face a challenge is that there are a lot of worry and fear that whether they will be attacked by the coronavirus.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially those who have some underlying issue, health issue, and from the statistic and past experiences, these type of people are very vulnerable. They can easily get attacked by this virus.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also notice, especially lately in Europe and US, there's a lot of young people, they are also attacked by the coronavirus.
Oh.
And I get the impression that a lot of Western medicine doctor, they couldn't explain it well. Why young people also succumb to this coronavirus? And if we have a chance to know more about this ancient wisdom, there is an explanation to that.
Yeah.
But we leave it to the other occasion to discuss. But we just say that the first challenge for most people is they worry about their own health. They worry about their own family member, okay, or the who may be easily attacked by this coronavirus. So there is one challenge.
Okay.
And the second group of people, they find that it is challenge is those people because of the MCO, the lockdown, that there is no more, practically no more economic activities. And that affect their livelihood, affect their job, affect their employment. So this is the second group of people, they are facing the problem.
Yeah.
And then we have the third group of people who are in business, whether you are doing a small enterprise business or big business. So they are also facing difficulty. And we know that a few days ago, last week, this Australian airline Virgin, they practically declared bankruptcy. They just cannot sustain anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody is flying. The airline are just ground to the halt that they cannot fly.
Yeah.
And one thing affect the others. If the aeroplane doesn't fly, people doesn't move, then people don't need petrol. Then there's no demand for petrol. So you can see the cascading effect. One collapse will affect another business. So we are already in this very difficult situation. Either we are concerned about our personal health, or we are concerned about our employment, our life, or we are concerned about our business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, how best can we help ourselves to face all these challenges? All right. Is there anyone who are participating now that you may like to offer some idea? Maybe you draw a few lines in the Facebook comment so that Rosa can pick it up and share your idea. What will be the best strategy now to face all these challenges?
Yeah. So if you are in such a situation which you feel you are quite trapped, so please put your comment, put your question here on the comment column. So we will try to answer your question as much as we can. And don't forget to share out.
Maybe it's not a question. Maybe you got some good idea that you can share.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Or your version of oops. Wait, okay. I turn off the sound. So Andrew, please continue. We are
okay. I will propose the following. That it is very fundamental in terms of requirement to solve any problem, whether the problem is about your personal health, whether the problem is about your employment, whether the problem is about continuing with the business. We cannot but to have a good set of thinking capability so that we can think clearly.
Right.
Because if we don't have that thinking ability, then we are stuck. We just don't know what to do, what should be the next move.
Yeah.
I think people will agree that this is a very, very logical, very necessary step. Yes, but we can amplify or elaborate more about this thinking capability. We also need to have thinking capability in terms of analysis. How to analyze a situation.
Yeah.
For example, what is the degree of risk facing this pandemic with respect to Malaysia and compared with Singapore? So very different.
Yeah.
Singapore have a different way to control the pandemic, and Malaysia also have their way of controlling the pandemic. All right.
Yes.
So we need to have our own good thinking capability to analyze whether we are in the better situation or worse off situation. If we are in US, I would say this is worse because people come to protest. They don't want lockdown. They want to open up everything.
Yeah.
But if we have this group of people in Malaysia, then it is chaos.
Yeah.
But luckily we don't have. So meaning that we do need the thinking capability to analyze where we stand. We also need to have thinking capability to assess our own health. How do you know that you have less chance to be attacked by coronavirus? How do you know?
If I feel I'm stronger, I can defend my body. I have a stronger immune system, and I do all that I can, like washing hands thoroughly or wearing masks, and you know, don't touch all those health-threatening things, and don't go to places where people you can expect them to be not very hygienic or simply too many people, places with too many people. We should all avoid those places.
But those are precautions. Because I asked a question, how do you make assessment of yourself that you have less chance to be attacked by coronavirus? Even though unluckily, by chance, you enter not very crowded area, but the few people you are around, they're around you, they are the victim of coronavirus.
Yeah.
So how do you know that your chance of getting the virus is less or more?
How?
Right? So it is more than just wearing the mask and washing your hand. So the question actually I'm aiming at, how do you assess your own immune system? What is the level of your own immune system? Now this is a big subject because I don't think the Western medicine offer you much clue about immune system. You get the concept, but they don't tell you how to assess what to do with the immune system. So this is one area, because of time, we cannot go into detail, but I'm saying that we need to have a thinking capability. We need to have this knowledge to make assessment of ourselves with respect to the health. We also need to have a good analytical power to assess the employment that I have at this for the time being, whether or not it will vanish. So what will be the next kind of employment I need to seek? So audit thinking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And likewise for business people, should they continue the old business? Is it still relevant anymore because of this pandemic, or should they switch line? So can you see that the thinking capability is so critically important?
Yes, yes.
And not only that, we also need to have assessment of overall and then our own direction. So we need to have a vision, correct? And if you have the vision and then you have a good analysis, you need to come up with strategy.
Yeah.
How to implement.
Yes.
Yes, logical, right? Until now, very logical.
Yeah.
So when you implement, you need to have a very strong willpower. If you don't have strong willpower, you cannot implement. If you're not persistent, you cannot carry out what you think should be what you need to do.
Yeah.
And after you have done all that, you need to have an ability to make assessment, to have reflection, whether or not you should be flexible enough to make changes. Otherwise, you can't survive, correct?
Yes.
And only with that, you will gauge yourself, whatever action you take is helping you bit by bit, or it's not helping you, whether it's respect to your health, respect to your employment, or respect to your business.
Yes.
So far, okay, I think I just lay out the very logical framework.
Yeah.
But now, this is where I want to bring in the ancient wisdom philosophy. All this thinking power, all this ability to have a good vision, the ability to have the leadership, the ability to have the willpower and persistency, and the ability to be flexible to review what you're doing, correct or not. All this we classify as your performance. You need to perform to this level. So I just said, I group all this as performance, right?
Yeah.
And ancient wisdom have this concept called yin and yang. Yang, normally they say it is sunlight. Sunlight means what? Sunlight means daytime. Daytime means what? Daytime means you need to come out to work. You need to perform. You cannot sleep on bed anymore because it is daytime. It is yang.
Yeah.
So all this performance is classified as yang. Correct?
So we are now on the other side because we don't go out to work. We are all staying home.
You don't go out to work right now, but you need to exercise your thinking power.
Okay.
The exercising of your thinking power is your performance, because another person, he's an idiot. He cannot perform. He cannot think. So the thinking ability is your yang attribute.
Okay.
I just want to link out how to tie out the yin and yang concept. And I just saying that all those things we say is very necessary in terms of our thinking capability, our willpower, our leadership, our creativity. All these are performance, and performance are yang.
Yeah.
And the yin yang theory also say you cannot have yang without yin. You cannot have yin without yang. So this is the theory.
It's all related, right? In the circle. One side is yin, one side is yang.
Yeah.
I think everybody know about the
and not only that, if you see the one side which is a white color, which represents yang, inside there is one small dot of black, which is yin. Within yang, there is a yin. And within yin, there is one white dot, which is yang.
Yeah.
What does it mean now? How do we apply this concept in today's challenges? First, we say that your thinking capability, your leadership, your creativity, your willpower is yang, which is a performance.
Yeah.
And yang cannot do without yin. So what is yin? So I give you an example. A good singer who can sing very well, the singing is the performance, correct?
Correct.
So the singing is a performance, so this person must have a lot of yang qi to sing. In order for this person to sing very well, what is the requirement of the body that can help this person to sing well?
You have we say a lung capacity, so you.
Yeah, the lung capacity must be good.
Yes.
Just a person who can very good in blowing trumpet.
Yeah.
And this person, the lung capacity must be good, otherwise he cannot blow.
Yes.
No sound come from it. So the lung is the yin that gives rise to the performance. Without the lung, you cannot sing, you cannot blow trumpet. So far, okay?
Okay.
So it's just a logic.
Yeah, I can catch your meaning.
Same thing now, just now we said we need the thinking and analytical ability.
Yeah.
The thinking and analytical ability, according to ancient wisdom, come from the spleen and your stomach.
Okay.
But a lot of people have spleen and stomach problem. Because they eat the wrong food, they worry too much. So you think excessively, you harm your spleen and your stomach. It cannot help digestion. Once you cannot help digestion, whatever good nutritious food that you take in, it becomes toxin in your body because it cannot be digested. So now you see the linkage now, your thinking ability is linked up with the spleen in your stomach.
Yeah.
So if your spleen and stomach is not functioning well, it already tells you that your body, yin and yang, is out of balance. And I also say that you need creativity. Creativity is a function of the liver.
Yeah.
So this is where the ancient wisdom, they link up. They link out your different type of performance with different part of the organ function.
Okay.
And we also talk about willpower. The willpower is correlate or link up with the kidney function. And a lot of people, the old people, the kidney does not function well for all people. They have a lower abdomen problem, they have urination problem. And these people also have very weak willpower.
Yeah.
They cannot have high inhibition because their kidney function is weak. So now you see that there is a linkage between your performance and your organ.
Yes.
I also say that you also need to have a good vision, and your good vision is related to your heart because ancient wisdom say heart store consciousness. So basically what I want to share with all of us here is that the ancient wisdom gives us a very specific theory. In order for you to perform well, whether to have good thinking or whether or not you be healthy, you need to make sure that your 5 organs are healthy.
Yeah.
So how to make sure that our organs are healthy?
Yeah.
Briefly, just for introduction, we can elaborate on it more later. First and foremost is your food intake.
Okay.
The food that you take, what type of food can help your lung? What type of food can help your liver? What type of food can help your kidney? And this ancient wisdom food theory is different from the nutrition theory. It is not sure whether the food is nutritious or not, but what type of food is good for lung, liver, kidney, or heart, so that you can perform well.
So that means we give the necessary ingredients to our body to strengthen the organs.
Yes.
So in turn, our body can perform because they have the necessary energy to do so.
Yes, the body itself have their own internal chemistry.
Yeah.
As long as you put in the right type of food for different organ, the internal chemistry will work it out. How to produce the necessary energy for your whole body.
So in another word, that is a yin. That is a yin, right?
The yin and yang application to food is like this. We ourselves in our own system, we have yin and yang. A person who is very outward going just now, right? His liver qi is too strong.
Oh.
All right. He need to put some break. He cannot keep over aggressively going outward. So meaning our body yin and yang may be out of balance.
Oh.
Then we need to choose what type of food, because every food also have a yin and yang property.
Oh.
So what type of food can complement what we lack in our body system? If we have too much yang, because our liver work too much, then you need to have more yin, because the liver is become yang for outward movement.
Okay.
So it's a balancing.
That's interesting. That is quite different from what we understand.
Oh, very different from nutrition theory. Very different.
Yeah.
Because in ancient wisdom, they don't have this term called nutrition. It has no meaning. Nutrition only come about when the food that you go in, it become processed properly, then it become nutrient for your organ. So the nutrient is internally generated, not from what you pick. You say what you buy from the shelf. You say, oh, this is nutritious. No, what is nutritious for A, it become toxin for Mr. B.
Yes.
Cannot digest those food. So it's the whole concept is very different.
So in a way, it's like everybody has a different situation, and you have a different body, you have a different environment.
Yes.
So what we want to do is to balance the yin and yang, but not one thing fit all, right? We cannot say this food is nutritious and you take it and everybody will be nutritious. So
there is no one formula that fits all. It's very, very individualized. Yes.
Yes.
And with that, I would like to make a summary, because we started by saying that today we faces challenges for 3 types of situations. One is our own personal health or our family health, whether or not we may be attacked by the coronavirus. The second type of people is those who are under employment. You may have lost your job already. So what do we do? And the third type of people who are involved in business, whether they force business closure. So for all that, we say that we need to have good performance in terms of capability, in terms of thinking, in terms of making assessment of our own health, and also our job opportunity or business opportunity. And with that, we are saying that those are yang, and we need yin. Where do we get the yin? The yin is from our body organs.
Okay.
It's an organ that manifests the performance. Just like the lung manifests so that you can sing well.
Yeah.
Lung capacity will help you to blow trumpet, right? And how do we help our organ to function well? It's from the food therapy.
You are what you eat.
Ancient wisdom.
Yeah, there's a saying, you are what you eat, right?
Yeah. You are what you eat, right?
Yeah.
On top of it, you need to do the right type of qi exercise. to get the key to move.
Mm.
So now you see that if to accomplish all this, we only need to focus on 3 things: what you eat, how you exercise, how you adjust your personality, so they don't think. And once you can achieve these 3, you build out your immune system, so you have better chance not to be attacked by coronavirus. Once you build out your immune system, you can think clearer, you can analyze better, you will know your situation, whether you should quickly change your job or not, or you got to change line to your business.
Yeah, we make better decision.
Yeah, everything comes back to ourselves. So now you see that the ancient wisdom gives us a very simple, easy formula.
Yeah.
The formula is very simple, but the practice is not easy. You need a lot of discipline. You need to have the knowledge how to practice it.
Yes, yes. So just get to know the basic, and then slowly we build up the knowledge. Then we can apply step by step.
We need to acquire the knowledge, and hopefully later Rosa, being the organizer, may be able to organize more of this forum. Then we can discuss more what are the necessary knowledge that we can use, so that we can help ourselves and help our family.
Yeah, Angela, I'm actually quite interested in this thing because it's the whole concept of how you solve problem. Unlike some piecemeal solution, like how to get a government loan and how to think outside the box of how to move your business forward. So a lot of time I feel people are facing the problem, of course, then sadly, this is only the beginning of the problem, right? It has not come, it's coming like a tsunami at the moment. So if we can prepare everything in every sense, hopefully we can do it much better. Because we have to take care of our business, but in the first place, we have to take care of our mind first. How do we get ourselves prepared for what is coming?
Yeah, this is where a lot of people have this difficulty of separating things. That's why you say, how do we increase our mental capacity so that we can come up with a better idea how to improve the business?
Yeah.
But by that thinking, you already forgot that to do that well, you need a foundation. The foundation is still your body, organs. Right. Just example like Steve Jobs, he is a very, very innovative person. If he did not have a pancreatic cancer, today he will come up with many, many more inventions. You agree?
Yes, yes.
But the problem here is that you can be very, very innovative, but you don't know how to take care of your body.
Yes.
Then the whole thing collapses.
Yes. This afternoon we were talking about health with Dr. Andrew, and we were saying if you lose your health, you lose something. You lose something. If you lose your health, you lost everything.
Yeah, but the thing is, most people when they talk about health, they only think in terms of my physiology, what are nutritious food.
Yes.
But when you talk about health in ancient wisdom, the focus is health is always think in terms of 5 organs. In China, we say 五脏六腑. And this 五脏六腑, most of us have difficulty. We see it as an organ.
Yeah.
But in ancient wisdom, it is not an organ. It is a life force.
Yes.
Because ancient wisdom say your heart store soul. Your spleen store intention. Your kidney store fear. So it has the emotional element and consciousness element. So the liver is not an organ. Liver is a living organism. This is where most people have difficulty to understand that. We only see in terms of liver is an organ. So liver is an organ, then what nutritious food do I take? No, liver is not an organ. Liver is a life force.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is where most of us have this difficulty because of education. We are being influenced by Western education for too long. But the moment you think about health, people are thinking, oh, I did exercise, I take nutritious food. But people take exercise and nutritious food, they still got cancer.
Yes.
But they didn't know that they should not be just taking care of your body, because the body is just like a living person. It's the A, it's the B. You got to take care of the person, the soul of the person. It's not just an organ.
Yeah, yeah.
People have that difficulty because they have not been exposed to the ancient wisdom.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, what do you have prepared for us tonight?
Yeah, I hope tonight is just more to give overall concept, and this is concept which is not well. Most people have not heard of it before.
Yeah.
So I will just take it as just a short introduction. And I hope that in future there's opportunity we can have more of this live forum, whereby we can discuss more.
Yes, yes. I think first of all we have to understand the yin yang, which is quite different from what we know about health and solving problem in our economic situation. Yeah. So yin yang in a way, just now we were talking about how is it like to what is the yin side of our situation and what is the yang side. So if we can balance these two sides, it will be overall as a whole, the most problem can be solved.
Yeah.
Right? Right. So what is your view on the present economic? Let's say if I have a business, if I'm running a business now, so I'm very worried. Once MCO open, my business, because of the situation, because everybody stopped spending money, and maybe many other problems, my business cannot go on. So what can I do?
Oh, okay. You give a very good example. You started by saying, I have a business, I'm very worried, right?
Yeah.
The very worrying that you have, we need that you're thinking worry, right?
Yes.
When you're thinking worry, you are already depleting your spleen energy, your spleen and stomach. The more worry you have, the more your spleen and stomach cannot function well.
Okay. So the solution is don't worry, right?
Not to say don't worry. You need to understand that right now, I do have a lot of business difficulty. I do worry.
Yes.
But if you have the consciousness that the more I worry, my spleen and stomach will not be functioning well. Once my spleen and stomach cannot function well, I cannot think clearly. Because I cannot think clearly, I worry more.
Yeah.
So you get caught in the vicious circle.
Yes, it's a vicious circle. Right.
So this way people are stuck. So because they worry, then they spend a lot of money to look for consultant. Okay, consultant can give you a lot of idea, but after the idea, you still worry, right?
Yes.
Because the idea had not been translated into action to give you the result, so you still worry, right?
Yeah.
Even
true.
the best idea given to you, you pay a lot of money to the consultant, it doesn't help you because you worry.
Yeah.
You see, I'm very quick to pick out the moment you say that I know your thought. Your thought is still very much your thought is divorced from your body. Once you divorce from the body, you invite more problem.
So what should people do?
Oh, then they need to understand. They need to learn黄帝内经. They need to learn ancient wisdom. What type of food they need to have so that they can strengthen the spleen and stomach, because they have to do a lot of thinking, not worrying thinking, but strategic thinking. But how do you improve? You need to have the right kind of food for your spleen and your stomach. You need to have the right kind of exercise to get your spleen qi to move.
Okay.
You need to think in terms of qi. So once the person have this knowledge, he practice it, no doubt the business is still facing problem, no doubt. But you are equipping yourself with the yin energy, then you build all your confidence.
Okay.
I do have problem, but I need time to solve it. In the meantime, I need to strengthen my organ. Otherwise, I cannot face more problem. That should be the line of thinking. Yeah, I can see you smiling now. You get the idea.
You know, we are like never learn about 黄帝内经 or have a very big idea about yin yang theory.
Yeah.
So it really takes some time to understand what you are talking about.
Yes.
So basically, I would say we should get out from the vicious cycle. Yeah, and get ourselves into a good one.
Yeah.
That is what you should do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I want you to give our audience is how to do that.
Yeah, how to do that. So you need to set the knowledge to do that.
Yeah.
You need to know what kind of food to eat. For the spleen,
So first of all,
you need to know what kind of food you should not eat because it damages your spleen in the stomach.
Okay, can you give us a few examples what we cannot eat at this time, at this pandemic moment?
Oh, not to say what you cannot eat because Mr. A and Mr. B, the body system is different.
Okay.
What Mr. A can eat, Mr. B cannot eat. What Mr. B cannot eat, Mr. A can eat happily. So this is another concept. You need to know your own body constituent. In Chinese, we say 体质. So this is another set of knowledge.
Yeah.
You need to have that knowledge.
Simply put, it's like some people's poison is another person's medicine.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we really have to find out what 体质 we have.
Yeah. What is your body system? Your body system is different from another person.
Yeah. So how do we find out this?
Or you need to have this knowledge. Hopefully later on we can organize more. Then we can share this knowledge.
Okay, so everybody, if you want to learn about this point, how to find out your own body type, right? Can I put it that way?
Body constituent. Yeah.
Body constituent. It's like how your body function and what is the situation like in your body now. Please type 3. So we will consider Teacher Andrew will give us another talk on focus on that.
Yeah, see how we can arrange that.
Yeah. Because 黄帝内经 is something which a lot of people, I think a lot of people never touch on this part.
We are not being exposed to it. Yes.
Yeah. So
and hopefully those who are listening now, you can also introduce to your friend about this concept, because if we can organize more people, easier for Rosa to organize the next session.
Yes. I find it very interesting, but a lot of people, I think a lot of people might think, oh, I'm in a rush to solve my problem now, so I don't want to look at this Asian wisdom or whatever. I don't have time to look at it.
Yeah.
But mind you, this is one of the solution, or maybe one of the most important solution that you can solve, you can use to solve your present situation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is back to basic. What are you, and how can you turn your situation from bad to good?
Yes.
Yeah, you can turn around the whole thing.
It is within your power to do that. No matter how bad is the situation outside, eventually it comes back to you. And when I say you has 2 parts. One is your body organ, and one is your mind. And they are linked together. You cannot separate them. That make it a very simple summary for tonight.
Yeah. Simple, but yet difficult to understand. And
but sorry, try to get the concept right first, then later on it's easier to digest and implement.
Yeah. It's like we already know something. It seems we know something, but we actually don't know much.
This is where I found that a lot of people they are not being properly guided, because I also see a lot of Chinese medicine doctor, although the Chinese medicine is based on this ancient wisdom yellow emperor, but I don't think they fully practice it. They only know how to diagnose your sickness, whether you got, what you do if you got diabetes and so on, so, but they do not know how to manage your mind, your consciousness, your emotion. But this is something a lot of these traditional Chinese medicine doctor, they also separate out. They only take out a small portion and not holistic anymore.
Yes, yes. They just pick something to use, and then other than that, the whole concept.
They only look at your sickness.
The symptom, right?
The symptom. They do not look into your personality, your emotion, your mind.
Yeah, in a way, they are they're getting more like a Western medicine doctors.
In a way, yes, they are not completely the same.
Yeah. Because we need to be in this environment to understand more.
Yeah.
Telling you about, you tell me, now you show me all your slides, show me the book, then I still need time to think over it, because it's like something you have to unlearn and learn something new.
Yeah.
Although that is our Chinese, it's the Asian wisdom, the Eastern Asian wisdom.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody, if you have a question, I would say please put down your question there, and we will try to answer you as soon as possible, as much as we can. And we try to organize another session of 黄帝内经, which Andrew is so generously telling us about this wisdom, this knowledge, which can hopefully, which will definitely, I think definitely will help you to solve your present problem, either on your finance, on your bodily health, or even mental health. Right? So everybody, please share the video and get more people to join us for the next session. I hope everybody can learn more about this Asian wisdom, which is overall a holistic way to solve problems. Right? So time is running out. I hope to end the session soon. Andrew, do you have anything to add before I end the session?
Okay, again, I'd like to thank you, Rosa, for organizing this forum. Yeah. And I do enjoy it, and I wish you well. Thank you. And wish
okay, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Let me end the meeting.
Presently, these are the video courses on Yellow Emperor's Inner Classic available at Udemy Learning Platform. Food therapy for the unique you with your own body constituent. Meridians, Qi exercises, and other self-help healing methods. Organs functionality, what Western medicine does not know. 5-element theory, build relationship of parts for holism. Qi, its mystery unfolded. 5 essential human life variables. Philosophy, yin-yang theory, and application. Health from head to toe, breast and breast cancer. Health from head to toe, brain, Parkinson, dementia, stroke. You can find the links to these video courses at my blog, www.360q.com.